Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhamad Dimas Aditya from class A, and in this video I will present my summary result for my group about introduction to prose writing. Point number 1 is the act that we can do before start to write prose writing. Now first, we can read lots of reference to enrich our idea about content that we're gonna write in our writings, and then we can teach ourselves about writings. Now, because writing, maybe we can start writing a few words to express our feeling or our thoughts, and then we can use it to express our. We can use a few sentences to describe our thoughts or our feeling, and then we can start to write a few paragraphs, and then we can start to teaching ourselves to write short story, because it is a really useful way for us, for beginner, to start out in writing, especially prose writing. And then we goes to a memoir. A memoir is us writing a special someone, or maybe special places, special time, or special event, or special places, so that we can write something that will relate to us. Will help us to express our feeling more, because we write to something that we relate to. Move to the next point, that is introduction to novel. Now, there is some element that need to be covered in novel, like such as subject, narration, prose. Now, subject is really important for novel, and sometimes novels really included a few subjects that is more than one. And then we have narration, prose, including the first point of view, third person of view, second point of view, and the storyteller view. Now we move on to characterization, that it can be done through many ways, like through physical description, actions, speech or thoughts, whether from the character themselves or other character to a certain character, or language style that the character speak. And then we have setting, place and time and moods to emphasize the subjects of our novel. And then we have plots. There is a few types of plot, like rags to riches, love, transformation, disaster, good versus evil, the outsider, and quest or mission. And then we have structures like introduction, rising action, climax, de-escalation, and resolution. Now move to the crime fiction. Now in crime fiction, we have a few things that we need to set before. That includes a mood or tone, content and subjects, character and dialogue, structure and plot and patterns of generic formula, voice and point of view, and then suspense and detention of the story, the styles of writing, research and authenticity. And in writing, we must remember to keep our persistence. And then we move on to the last point, that is writing fantasy and science fiction. Now, fantasy and science fiction is a form of prose that really refers a lot to myths or legends, to fantasy, or human traits and anatomy personalized abstraction that is in science fiction. Now, in this prose writing, sometimes it's really cross genre with romance, and they use a lot of templates like hero quest or conflict between god for fantasy, or maybe classes of technology for sci-fi. Now, because there are a lot of templates in writing fantasy or science fiction, we really need to balance between our story, between the originality and mimicking the template. Now, there are some techniques for writing sci-fi and fantasy. There is take your time, make a setting for your character, make a science of magic as a critical part of your story, experiment with paragraph writing, build a supportive story of the main story, foreshadow your ending, keep the style consistent with the point of view, Remember the moral importance of language. Use symbol appropriately. Keep your character in constant trouble. That is our group summer session of introduction to prose writing. That's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.